finally comes to a bitter sweet end. We have built 9 out of the 10 Geometry Dash World levels and remastered them in my own style. And now this episode, we finally build on the final level of Geometry Dash World, Monster Dance Off. And there is a reason why this level gets its own dedicated video. I am deleting everything except the gameplay. Let the purging begin. It's going to be somewhat reminiscent, but it's going to be looking something completely different at the same time. That didn't make grammatical sense, but without further ado, let's get started. First things first, we gotta start off with the block design. So with this block design, I'm actually going to start with going ahead and putting the 3D lines. Why are the okay, the objects are just going to be on here, so I'll put the 3D on layer 4. And I'm going to go ahead and start with this. In the 3D line, I might as well start off black, because that's just how I classically do it. That's just how I build. What should the main block be? Well, obviously the main block should be what was already made. However, it's going to have a bit different coloring. Matter of fact, I do like the darkness though. I do say that. But I am going to have this ground color 2 copy the color of ground color 1. But is it going to be brighter or darker? I never remember. Brighter and more saturated? Let's see. Can't really tell too much of a difference. Oh, I have that connected to the wrong thing. So as far as block design, we are going to be keeping the main base, right? Because, you know, that's the main point of this level. But instead of having it as that, I'm actually going to be changing the object color to a nice blending color. And the inside is going to be that nice blue on the inside. I was going to make it pulse into the blue, but actually that's not a bad idea, making it pulse into the blue. So I'm actually going to make this pink instead. Nice. Alright, I like the start of it so far. Now that we have this, I'm going to make the inside of this these blocks. And I'm going to make this, let's see. I'm going to make it copy color 1, blending, but I'm going to lower the brightness slightly and put that in the middle. Alright, nice, good start, good start, good start, good start. Now let's get a little bit more unique with the block design. Let's see, what goes good on top of this? Let's look at some decoration pieces. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something else. We're going to use these blocks and do this. Have it copy the color of the object. Blending, of course. And let's see how that looks. Not terrible, though. Not bad. Let's try lower saturation, though. Ooh. I kind of like it. Then, of course, we're going to do a classic gradient for the back of the block design that's going to also have low opacity. Actually, matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to make color 7 copy color 1, but it's also not going to be just lower brightness, but it's also going to be lower saturation, so I can use that for later. And, ooh, that's not bad. That's something devious. Oh, my. Oh, I don't know which one I like more. Oh, I don't know which one I like more, the color or the. We're going with the low opacity black. Either one I would have been completely fine with, but we're going with low opacity black, and we're gonna support this with the color of the 3D line. Let's try this first. I want to try this 3D design first. Not bad, not bad. Just nah. You also work. That also works. And then as far as glow, we're gonna put glow on this, and we're gonna put this in 6, and we're gonna get the normal glow and put this around the block design like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. For block design, I think I might stick with this. I could add more, but I think I'm going to focus more on decoration around this instead. I think we're going to stick with this as the block design. So now I think I'm going to start working on the spikes. The spikes like here, they're not bad, but I really am interested in using these triangles right here because they just, I love them. I love them. They look so good. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's actually use Robtop's color, the blending 12, and utilize that as the centerpiece. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We'll have a little bit of Robtop remnants in here. Then I use the same concept for the block design for the mid-air blocks with the spikes on top, and I'm going to add a little bit of a chain on the top just so it fills in some of the air decoration. I guess I can have a chain here. Nothing wrong with the chain, right? All the triggers are gone, so none of you should be in groups. Now we got our own groups, and we're gonna make this go down 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad. And also gonna make it pulse blue because it just makes sense like that. So I'm gonna make it pulse blue. Let's see what main only looks. Main only is like only the object color, and yeah. What about detail only? Detail only? Nah, that doesn't really work either. So I'm just gonna make the entire thing pulse. Yeah. And I guess I could add the shake trigger because Robtop did have the shake trigger in this level, so I might as well add it to the beginning. Let's give it a... How strong can I make this again? I forgot how strong I can make this. Jesus. Okay, so the maximum is 20, and that's more than I need. That's way more than I need. I guess for obstacles in the middle between this, so it doesn't look empty, I am going to add... Where are they at? I'm going to add the black versions of these, and it's just going to like hang somewhat into the ground like this, and kind of fold up a bit. I guess I can make these pulse as well. There's no reason not to. So I might as well start the level with a background pulse, why not? So we're gonna get the background. We're actually gonna copy the color of the background. We're gonna paste it here and we're gonna raise that. We're gonna go to the HSV changing right here and see. Nice. Ground glow. And should we keep this color 1 or is that too bright? Oh, actually, matter of fact, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this copy the color of the ground 2 slightly brighter and less saturated and slightly lower opacity. That's perfect. Now when I make the ground pulse, so ground 1, let's see. Nice. I'll go ahead and put in some air decoration. So we're gonna do a mixture of these clouds and the 2.0 clouds. I feel like that'll be quite fitting for this level. So for the clouds, we're gonna make these copy the color of the background, blending of course, and lowering the slight brightness slightly, and mostly focusing on the opacity of it and making that in the middle 50. Actually, I think 50 is a little bit too much. You don't even see the cloud. And as far as the other clouds, we're gonna make them just the same rules as the ground decoration and slightly changing the hue of it just so we have a little bit of color variance in the sky. Go ahead and put a starter cloud because the 2.0 clouds are going to be the only ones that move. So we're going to go ahead and have this in group 6. We're going to put this in a different layer as well for organization purposes. I'm going to put in 10, and since it's already in 6, I'm going to put this also on probably T2 for now, because I don't know if I want to add something on top of the clouds. So we're going to put that at T210, and we're just going to put these slightly everywhere-ish. Already loving this so far. Already McLoving this. Okay. I think I pretty much have a base of what I want to do for the level. Nice. Of course, we are going to have some air saws in the sky. So which one should I use? Robtop used these, so you know what? Might as well stick with the theme. We are going to keep those black though, and the inside is going to be color 2. As you can see, you can't really see it. So compromise. What if I make this a custom saw by changing the degree this turns, copy pasting it, putting it behind, slightly growing it, putting it at 45. What if I make that color 3? Ooh, okay, hold on. Then we get some glow, make that color 3. Then we get some more decoration. That's gonna look so good in game. I'm telling you, this is gonna look so good in game. That looks so cool. But you can barely see the chain though, since it's black. So what if I make it color 1 instead? I just gotta make sure no clouds are in the way, so the blending doesn't mess it up. I wonder if I should add effects to like when you land on this. Maybe. I am. We might as well do the most since I'm only doing one level for this entire video, so I might as well go out with a bang. All these are going to be... Actually, yeah. Make these color 1, actually. No. I'll try the first time. color 14. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy paste. See that little gradient that I'm making right here? And now I'm gonna go into layer 8. I need to alpha 7 through 11. And for organization purposes, we're gonna also put this in group layer 8. All right, now that I have this, I'm gonna put this to the side, copy paste it, full opacity with 0 fade time, 0 opacity of 5.5 seconds, put them slightly closer together and rotate. And now we got a nice little cool effect when you land on the block. Yes. All right, so now that I got the basic decoration, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna go ahead and build the block design for all of these structures that I already have, and of course putting the basic decorations that I already have, so I will be right back. Alright, so now I've made all the block designs. The block design I've already made. I have not put them in any groups, so all I did was add the decoration, the detail to the block design, but no extra stuff. And now I'm going to clean up a little bit because I don't want any moving objects going through any of the clouds that are low opacity. And actually, matter of fact, what I'm probably going to do is I'm actually going to put all of these in B4. That way none of the clouds are like interfering with any of the moving objects I'm going to have in the level. And I'm also going to be lowering the brightness of this chain a little bit, just so it actually looks like you're passing through it and it doesn't look like all the other chains that are already in the level. And now I'm also going to be putting some of my arrows here and there and everywhere, just so I have an idea of how this is going to look. It's also a really good idea to go ahead and play through the level as well, just so I can test the gameplay a little bit. Alright, I think I'm going to stop right there for air decoration for now. I just kind of wanted a template for what I wanted to do in the air. So now I think it's time to start working on the ground spikes. Now the ground spikes Robtop had, they were just blending versions of, where are they at? Where is it? They were just blending versions of this, and I found that kind of boring to a degree. So let's go ahead and add some flair to it. So we're gonna go to layer 17, and we're gonna be using the exact same thing. However, we are going to be copy pasting it, and we're gonna keep what he had slightly, but slightly different. It's just gonna have the black on the bottom side of it. And yeah, just like that. That looks fine. And I guess we can add glow to this as well, just to make it pop out a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna get a little bit fancy here by rotating this downwards into the ground. Like that. Yeah, that way it's not just flat all the way through. This way I'm able to slowly but surely like give it a nice little curvature. And then for this next part, I'm actually going to be a little bit sneaky. So I'm actually going to copy one of the curves that I've already made, and then I'm going to make curves at the bottom of this part just so it doesn't look boring. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the curves that I used earlier, and I'm going to make little molehills out of these ground obstacles that I made. So I'm going to need my colored block. I'm going to put that as color 4, make it T2. So it's on top of everything. I'm also going to scale it so I don't have to use as many black blocks. Gonna copy paste, fill in that bottom part like so. And there we go. Now I got a little molehill here. I guess now I can start working on orb decoration, since that's going to be pretty simple. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with it. So I'm going to go back to my previous color 10. And I'm going to add a yellow to... Should I do yellow or blue? Let's just, actually, no, let's use color 2. Let's use color 2. Why not? Color 2, and then we'll add a nice glow piece on there. Yeah, why not? Color 3. Nice. I guess now is a good time to go ahead and start making variances of the saws. So I already made the big version. Now, the small version might be a little teensy-weensy bit difficult. Actually, matter of fact, I already made that's the medium-sized one. I haven't made the small-sized one yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the values of this, paste state, paste color. Then I'm going to copy the values of this, copy it, rotate it 45 degrees, paste state, paste color. Going to make it slightly bigger. Now we need the small versions of the hexagons. Now all I need is my chain, which is I'm just going to copy paste it. Actually, to make it more unique, I'm just going to scale it down to -50. And then copy paste it up. That way the chain is smaller on the smallest chain. Now we're actually gonna put the monster in Monster Dance Off. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm actually going to add some animated monsters here. So what I mean by that is I'm actually going to have some monsters shoot up fireballs from their mouth, just so the level feels a little bit more alive. So we're going to go ahead and have a base template one right here. So we're going to go ahead and put this dragon or monster, I don't know what to call it. I think it's called Giant Beast, I think. And we're going to put this thing in group 39. And now we're going to get the animate trigger. Gonna put this in group ID 39. And I always refer to this so I can know which animation for the monster I'm going to use. And I'm going to use, is it idle 3? I think it's 3. Alright, now that I have him idle, what I want him to do after he's idle is I'm going to animate this. Attack 1. Let's see attack 1. Let's see. Yeah, the anime triggers are kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so this became really boring to watch me animate one of the beasts. So what I did is I added a couple of move triggers to make the dragon go up and down. I added a rotate trigger so I can actually make the dragon look up towards the player. And then I added the fireball to shoot out. This was just a really tedious process to do. So that's why I kind of sped it up because it wasn't really fun to watch. So yeah, basically what I'm doing right now is just adding fine detail to stuff now, such as making things pulse, adding decoration here and there, just to make the level feel a little bit more alive. I guess now it's time for background, and background I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to use the construction blocks like I did in beast mode and fill them up, just so it's easy to copy paste, I'm not gonna lie. Another way to make your level feel alive is by adding pulsing, and of course you could imagine seeing a guy sit there and add pulsing to his level isn't the most entertaining thing to do, so yeah, we're just gonna speed past this. Where are my manners? What I was gonna do, I did say I was gonna give y'all somewhat of a custom background, so I am going to accommodate you guys with a pretty simple one, nothing too crazy. There's multiple ones that I can do, and I'm gonna try both of them. So what one of them is going to be is basically structuring like this, but in the background. So I'm gonna make a quick little thingy right here. Alright, now that we got a couple of those, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the object color this with no opacity, and then the detail is going to be, I guess color 3 would be a perfect one. Well, not really, because I kind of want it to be saturated in the background. So I'm going to be using color probably 7 actually. Yeah, color 7 works fine. I'm going to put this in group 54. And of course, we're going to copy paste in all this, make it don't fade, don't enter. Make alpha 54 fade in like right here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 100. I can actually make like 70 maybe. Okay, that's not bad. And the other thing I was going to do, and I'm probably can still do it, is I'm going to have a gradient as the background. I know Robtop has like a trigger for this in 2.2, but since we're not in 2.2, I'm going to be doing it like this. So I'm just going to make a nice little quick little gradient background, copy paste, make it go down. We're going to also make this color 7 perhaps. I could make this low opacity black and just have that as my background. It does differentiate stuff, so I think I might actually do that. Yeah, now it's time for just copy paste central now. So I'm just going to be copy pasting the movement that I have for these spikes and putting them in the place where the placeholders are. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I am feeling kind of lazy for this transition part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it look good, but I am just going to use these base black blocks. And I'm going to fill in the inside with the construction blocks. So it's like a nice little transition to the next part. Speaking of transitions into the next part, what I decided to do here is trying to make the transition into the next color, the next phase of the level, since it's now the beat drop. So I'm just experimenting with a couple of fiery levels, trying to make it reminiscent of what Robtop had before, but I'm going to add a little bit of spice to what I add here. You won't see what I mean in a minute. This time we're going to use the construction blocks as the main base of the block design. And we're going to have a solid foreground color to be behind this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy paste this down just to give it a nice little, ooh, that looks kind of cool. I like that. Alright, this is my block design.
Then once I was satisfied with my block design, I bet you can already guess what's coming up. Are you ready for some copy pastry? Now I think about it, pastry actually does sound pretty good right now. Y'all got donuts or snacks? Hold on, can I get a bite? Hold on, what you eating on there? Zebra cakes? Hold on.
Alright, I'm back from my break, and now we can finally finish the final level of Geometry Dash World. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish making the block design for all of these. Then I'm gonna come back and show you all the effects and all that. It's not gonna be anything crazy, but it's gonna be just enough to tickle your fancy. Alright, now I got the entirety of the block design done, and I think now is a good time to go ahead and start on the lava, just so I can get an overall feel. You see how my hands, see what my hands are doing?
Probably not, because I'm not showing my hands.
I'm just gonna be doing the same principle that I did for my Finger Dash remake of the ending, and I'm just going to make the top part a blending yellow and the base of it a non-blending orange. I hope I did the order of that right? Yes, I did. Awesome. Now we're gonna put this on T3. 315 should be fine. I'm gonna get the orange so it can separate it from the yellow to also be in. What the heck happened there? This needs to be 28. Copy color 26 and just non-blending. And we're gonna copy the values of this glow stick, paste state, paste color, and now we have our lava block, essentially. And we're just gonna spread this lava across the entirety of this part instead of having it follow the player's X, because I always found that type of lava to be really bad looking. So that's why we're going to do it like this instead. One trick that I didn't show you guys at the end of the Finger Dash video, which is what I did right here. So I'm going to select a portion of this just so it reaches the ending of the level, copy paste it and put it into a different order layer. And what I'm going to do with the copy pasted version of what I just made, I'm going to put it in group, I guess 104, and I'm going to have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. So I need to move 104 right here. 104, make it move to the right 110 blocks or 10 units. Close that out, and then the ending should have the lava on the other side going into the exit of the level. See, the lava is actually going into the ending like that. All I have to do is make that don't fade, don't enter, but we'll worry about that part later.
Now what I'm doing is I'm making the lava go up and down, and of course this is quite a tedious process, that's why I'm speeding it up. So I'm just making the lava go up and down just so it feels more alive and not having it stationary, because having the stationary lava, as you can imagine, is pretty boring.
Now I'm going to use the old trick that I did with the ground spikes earlier, but instead I'm going to be using these blocks instead. Alright, instead of just having them plain black, I'm going to have a golden blending on top of them like that. And I'm going to get some glow to reflect on that same color. And now I'm going to have it rotate onto the top and stuff. Yeah, when it comes to air decoration, usually I substitute it out with structuring, but in this case I am going to focus more on just filling in the empty spaces for certain places. I can put my classic sign here, like why not? This isn't really a place where I can put animated blocks on anything besides the lava, so right now I'm trying to think of different air decorations that I can put up here. Cause what I'm thinking of is I'm actually gonna put these bats as a blending yellow with their white pupils, and I'm gonna have these just run across this area right here. And you know what, might as well add some pixel effects to it as well. So I'm going to have one white and one the blending yellow. And now we're going to put this somewhat in the way of the gameplay, but not really. Because I don't want the effect to actually kill you, kind of. I just want to keep you like away from like the tops and bottoms of the structures. I guess I can utilize some of these right here. Because I never really use the glow spike things. Because I just never find the time or a place to put them. I guess now would be a pretty good time to put them down.
Then I started experimenting with the torch and a brick background, but it really didn't work out as I planned it. But what really looked good is the torch by itself with the chain. So at the end of the day, I just made the chain and the fire, add a little bit of drippage to it, and just left it alone. And it came out pretty well, and later on you'll see I added a couple of sparkles to it. This just goes to show that it's good to experiment, but not everything works.
I was debating if I was going to do this or not, but I might as well do it. This last level, might as well go through a lava light cave. I am going to have one last lava fall, go past on top of the player, just to give it a little bit more atmosphere. I don't usually do it that often in these levels, but you know what? I might as well go out with a bang.
And of course, for the final piece that I do for every time I build a level is the pulsing. Now with the pulsing this time, I try to get a little bit experimental, because you know the 2.2 filter object triggers are going to be coming up, and I kind of wanted to reminisce that trigger into this part. So as you can see right here, I'm trying to do a little bit of grayscale black and white type of triggering here with the colors. It didn't work out perfectly, but it fulfilled the purpose that I wanted it to do. It changes the level based off the beat drop, and I really wanted to capture that because I really love that idea that Robtop did with the effect triggers. I can't wait for 2.2. But for now, we are in 2.1, so I had to be patient, and I added a couple of more decorations here and there just to fill in the area. But overall, this is pretty much the level. So without further ado, allow me to finally show you the final level of this series, Monster Dance Off version 2.